Hi everyone, I wanted to tell you the dreams I had with my brother. So I told you already a little bit about the dreams I had with him in the place that I call the between life and death. And so when I went to this place, I didn't know that that's what this place was until kind of more recently, as I was reflecting upon these experiences and praying about it and talking to the Lord about it. And as I tell you about it, then you'll probably also say like, yeah, oh yeah, why didn't you like put that together? But I didn't really get it. So my brother, he passed away in 2006 from suicide. And so that was really hard for me. And one of the things I did want to share, especially because a gal posted a comment, and when you lose a family member to suicide, like, you become really worried about them, but also kind of sensitive to what people say, because you're worried about where they've gone, or maybe even a family member that's just died, right? Like, you're just consumed with, are they okay? And so, like, I found myself in that place where I loved my brother deeply, but we also had problems, and I was very aware of my brother's issues, because I was involved with some of that. So I'm not going to go into detail about that right now, maybe in the future, and the Lord tells me when those times are. But what I want you to know is that I was very concerned about his well-being, and it wasn't necessarily because he committed suicide, because someone that has feelings of wanting to harm themselves, it's not normal. What is normal is to want to live. But we can be driven to that by darkness, like evil can drive us there. But I've met a lot of evil people, and they don't feel that way, right? But the devil knows our weaknesses, and he can, like, hand us the gun, right? So especially if he knows what our potential is in life, like, he wants us to die, right? So he does everything he can to get us to do it. Like, I've experienced abusive relationships, and that's pretty much what they are, and that's what he is. He's like a master abuser and manipulator, and he gets you to lift up the gun yourself and do it yourself. That's all he is. So anyway, I was in that place, like, wholly consumed with concern for my brother, and I was praying for my brother, and I didn't want him to be in hell. And I had never lost anyone that was close to me, and especially not in this way, and I felt responsible. There is a reason that I felt responsible beyond just kind of the normal stuff, but I won't go into it. But I want you to know that I prayed for my brother's soul. And it is consistent with the doctrine from my church that after a person dies, they still have the opportunity to repent of their sins. And even the life after death experiences, I've heard people talk about them going to hell. If they even just think of Jesus and petition to him, they can be rescued out of there. But the catch is that you have to want to be forgiven, and you're still developed into that, whatever that person is that you are. And I think that there's always, there's weaknesses, and then there's willful rebellion. And, you know, none of us know where that line is. Only the Lord can make those judgments. But I prayed for my brother's soul, and so I will tell you some of these dreams that I had. I had a dream that he came to my house, and he was in my kitchen, and there was a plate of food. It was chicken, it was meat on the table. And I have come to understand that Jesus Christ is meat, and that meat was for him, for my brother John. And he told me that he was repenting. He was very sad. He had a very sad countenance. His face was sad, everything, it was sad. And so I believe that he received Jesus Christ, and he had been baptized, and as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, he had also been through the temple and made covenants. But he'd also made mistakes, and he had weaknesses. And some of those things, those weaknesses, stretched all the way from our childhood